Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Fate Stay Night. I don't really have a ton to say. One quick thing is, this episode is... I had to split the episode, so this intro wasn't originally here, so the transition might look a little weird. But we'll just go ahead and load up a save and jump right into the episode. I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, you are. Yeah, that'd be pretty strange, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I forgot to read that. Whoops. So I'm in a strange situation. In front of me is the school's #1 idol, whom I admire, Tohsaka Rin. And following silently behind me is Saber, who calls herself a servant. Oh. The hallway suddenly feels like a different dimension. But I can't be a coward forever. I'm a magus, even if I'm just an amateur. Tohsaka Rin, a magus just like me, is acting so fearlessly, so I have to act firmly too. But I can only work out a few things. First, about Saber, who's following me. I am sure that she is some kind of familiar, because she called me master and I've made a contract with her. I hear that a familiar is some kind of an assistant for a magus. Most magi transfer part of their body into something and summon it as another self. With the other self, a magus usually uses a small animal. That's simply because it's easy to take over the mind of something like a cat or a dog. Some magi use a human as their familiar, but they need enough magical energy to restrain a human at all times if they do such a thing. But if one constantly uses enough magical energy to control someone, it would take most of the magus' magical energy to sustain the familiar. But that'd be putting the cart before the horse. A familiar is something that assists the magus. To reduce the burden on the magus, it is commonly accepted that small animals are most suitable. So I've been taught, but... We don't understand your existence. No, it's everything. Saber looks human no matter how you look at her. She's clearly superior to me, her master. I don't have the magical energy to control such a person, and more than that, I don't have the magic circuit to summon a familiar. So Saber must be something rather unlike a familiar. She said she is a servant. I don't know what that is, but I think the man called Lancer and the man in red with Tohsaka were the same thing. Then it must be that Tohsaka is also called a master. I just saw her magic skills. If I'm worth half a magus, she's worth about 3 magi. Though of course, there's no point in comparing me to other magi when I can only use the strengthening magic. Anyway, Tohsaka is an amazing magus. In any spiritually superior land is a family of magi that looks after that land. Excuse me. The Amiya family only came to this land in Kiritsuga's generation, so we're just strangers. That's why I didn't know that the Tohsakas were magi, and I don't think Tohsaka knew that the Amiyas were a family of magi either. There are several magi in this town that I don't know about. If Lancer is the familiar of another magus in this town, then does it mean that I stuck my head into a conflict between magi? Saying so, Tohsaka goes into the living room. Let's stop thinking for now. Let's just listen to Tohsaka's story. Honestly, fair. I turned the lights on. It's already past 1 in the morning. Oh, so that was just a bulky coat, I guess? That's what she normally looks like? Oh, yeah, we fought Lancer, one-on-one.
仕方ないだろう。ランサーってやつに襲われたんだ。なりふり構ってられなかったんだよ。
ああ、そういうこと。じゃあ、セイバーを呼び出すまで一人であいつとやり合ってたの？
Yeah, but we don't know how he summoned Saber.
やり合ってなんかない。ただ一方的にやられただけだ。
Okay, that's also true.
変な見え張らないんだ。そっかそっか。ほんと見た目通りなんだ、エミヤ君って。
I mean, besides deflecting like 2 or 3 blows, which was still really impressive, he definitely just got beat up. And he literally just died earlier, so... Tohsaka walks over to the broken window. She's gonna repair it real quick. Tohsaka takes a piece of the shattered glass, takes a look at it, and... She cuts the tip of her finger and puts a drop of her blood onto the glass. What kind of magic is this? The shattered glass combines on its own and restores itself in a matter of seconds.
Tohsaka, 今の...
ちょっとしたデモンストレーションよ。助けてもらったお礼にはならないけど、一応筋は通しておかないとね。
What? There's no debt here. You already saved our life. What? I haven't been playing around. I know I'm an amateur, but I don't think it matters right now.
もう 私がやらなくともそっちで直したんだろうけど、こんなの魔力の無駄遣いでしょ。本当なら窓ガラスなんて取り替えれば済むけど、こんな寒い中で話すのもなんだし。
I mean, fair enough. I guess that just shows how different she is to Shiro. She says so as if it's something natural. But needless to say, her skills are beyond my understanding.
いや、すごいぞトーサカ。俺はそんなことできないからな。直してくれて感謝してる。
Yeah, we kind of suck.
できないってそんなことないでしょ。
I'm not like a pure blood magus. I think that was a
ガ
weird
ラスの
phrase,
扱い
but I
なんて
stay
初歩
quiet
の
as
初歩だ
she'll
もの。
beat me up if I make
たっ
fun
た
of
数
her
分前
stuff.
に割れたガラスの修復なんて
That's tough.
どこの学派でも入門試験みたいなものでしょ。エミヤ君はマスターに
Dang,
選ばれ
the
たの。
best we can do is strengthen stuff.
どちらかの手に成功があるでしょ。
俺は親父にしか教わったことがないから、
個
そういう基
人差はあるけど、
本とか手
3つの
法とか
レージが
知らないんだ。
刻まれているはず。それがマスターとしての
Yeah,
証
it'd be nice if
You
just
have
become our
those.
teacher.
手の甲って。
Tohsaka freezes.
あ
Damn it.
Koreka.
It seems I said something I shouldn't
So-
have. He does that a lot,
そ
huh?
れはサーバントを律する呪文でもあるから大切にね。エミヤ君は自分の行動の管理もできない犯人それがある限りはサーバントを従えていられるわ。
いや、工房なん
That's
て
how
持
her
ってない
servant
ぞ。
up and disappeared. Too bad she's only got one left. Oh, I do have that shed
あ
as
る
my
限り
training
って
area.
どうい
But
う
I
こと
think
だよ。
Tohsaka would get mad if I called that
レ
my
イジは
workshop.
絶対命令権なの。サーバントには自由意志があるって気づいていると思うけど、それをねじ曲げて絶対に言いつけを守らせる呪文
What are
が
the five
その
main
刻印。
elements? What is a pass?
発動に呪文は必
I
要なく
honestly
て、
admit that I
あな
don't
たが
know.
レイジを使用するって思えば発動するから。
Wow,
ただし
that's
1回
scary.
使うたびに
So
1つずつ減っていくから
beautifully used, so she looks
使
pretty
うのなら
scary.
2回だけにとどめなさい。
So yeah, she's already used both of her uses. Yeah, we are.
で、そのレイジがなくなったらエミヤ君は殺されるだろうから、せいぜい注意して。
So what's even the point of having the third one then? Basically, I only have two.
俺が殺される？
そうよ。マスターが他のマスターを倒すのが聖杯戦争の基本だから。そうして他の6人を倒したマスターには望みを叶える聖杯が与えられるの。
Hold on. I don't understand what Tohsaka is talking about at all. Like the part about masters killing other masters. And the part where the winner gets a holy grail? Wait, does she mean that holy grail?
まだわからない。要するにね、あなたはあるゲームに巻き込まれたのよ。
Yeah, pretty
聖
much.
杯戦争っていう7人のマスターの生存競争。他のマスターを一人残らず倒すまで終わらない魔術師同士の殺し合いに。
Tohsaka Rin states so as if it is the most natural thing in the world. Yeah, I'd have a hard time believing that too. That phrase swirls in my head. I have been chosen as a master. Tohsaka says she is a master. Familiars called the servants. And a battle to the death between other magi called the Holy Grail War. Yeah, that means only one person in this room can survive in the end.
待て、なんだそれ。いきなり何言ってんだお前。
気持ちはわかるけど、私は事実を口にするだけよ。それにあなただって心の底では理解してるんじゃない？一度ならず二度までもサーバントに殺されかけて、自分はもう逃げられない立場なんだって。
I feel like that line right there has to make it pretty clear to Shiro that she was the one who saved him, right? That's certainly. I was almost killed by that Lancer guy, but
あ、違うわね。殺されかけたんじゃなくて殺されたんだっけ。よく生き返ったわね、エミヤ君。
yeah, we are too. Tohsaka's comment finishes me off. That's right. That guy killed me, and I certainly died. No excuse nor negotiation was possible. I was just someone who had to be killed. So, even if I do deny this battle to the death that I cannot understand, the others in it will not withdraw.
納得した？ならもう少しだけ話をしてあげる。
Yeah, as tough as it is, he seems like he gets it, and it probably knows he can't just withdraw.
聖杯戦争というのが何であるか私もよくは知らない。ただ何十年に一度7人のマスターが選ばれ、マスターにはそれぞれサーバントが与えられるってことだけは確かよ。
Every few decades? Wasn't the last one literally exactly a decade ago, or...?
私もマスターに選ばれた一人。だからサーバントと契約したし、 あなただってセーバーと契約した。サーバントは聖杯戦争を勝ち残るために聖杯が与えた使い魔と考えなさい。でマスターである私たちは自分のサーバントと協力して他のマスターを始末していくわけね。
That is quite a cruel game. Especially considering, like, some of them know each other. Tohsaka's description is too brief for me to understand. There's one thing I do wonder about.
ちょっと待ってくれ。トーサカはセイバーを使い魔だって言うけど、俺にはそうは思えない。だって使い魔っていうのは猫とか鳥だろ。そりゃ人の幽霊を扱うやつもいるって言うけど、セイバーはちゃんと体がある。それにとても使い魔なんかに見えない。
I glance at Saber. Saber is quietly listening to our conversation. She looks just like a human being. I don't know her identity, but she's a girl about my age. Just having a girl like that near me is more than enough, so I don't get it when she tells me that Saber is a familiar. And besides, my heart is pounding right now.
使い魔ね。まあサーバントはその分類ではあるけど位置づけは段違いよ。何しろそこにいる彼女はね、使い魔としては最強とされるゴーストライナーなんだから。
Ghost liner? What does that mean?
ゴーストライナー。じゃあやっぱり幽霊ってことか？
A human ghost that stopped living a long time ago. The remaining minds of those with strong abilities, who remain in this world even after they die. I wonder who Saber actually is. But that doesn't make sense. A ghost doesn't have a body. A ghost can only be hurt by ghosts. So, as I have a body, a ghost shouldn't be able to kill me.
幽霊。似たようなものだけど、そんなもんと一緒にしたらセイバーに殺されるわよ。
Yeah, probably.
サーバントは受肉した過去の英雄。精霊に近い人間以上の存在なんだから。
はあ？受肉した過去の英雄。
そうよ。過去だろうが現代だろうが、とにかく死亡した伝説上の英雄をこう引っ張ってきてね、実体化させるのよ。まあ呼び出すまでがマスターの役割で、後の実体化は聖杯がしてくれるんだけどね。魂を形にするなんてのは一階の魔術師には不可能だもの。ここは強力なアーティファクトの力におんぶしてもらうってわけ。
My bad. Too bad we didn't really do anything. That's what I was trying to say. It's the role of the master to summon them. I don't know how we summoned them. Or summoned Saber. I mean, maybe you just don't have to do the elaborate ritual that Tohsaka did. But like, it didn't feel like we did anything at all that would have summoned her. Besides almost die. So unless the Holy Grail was like, yo, wait, this is some bull. Right? Like that's our seventh master. They need a servant right now, and just sent him there. Like, I don't know what the heck that was.
ちょっと待って。過去の英雄って
I look over at Saber. And she's a heroine from the past too? Well, it's true that nobody would dress like that now, but still.
そんなの不可能だ。そんな魔術聞いたことがない。
Yeah, there's plenty of magic you haven't heard of.
当然よ。これは魔術じゃないもの。あくまで聖杯による現象と考えなさい。そうでなければ魂を再現して固定化するなんてできるはずがない。
魂の再現って。じゃあサーバントは幽霊とは違うのか？
違うわ。人間であれ動物であれ機械であれ、偉大な功績を残すと輪廻の輪から外されて一段階上に昇華するって話聞いたことない？
Probably not.
英霊っていうのはそういう連中よ。要するに崇め立て祀られて疑似的な神様になった者たちなんでしょうね。
It's all very interesting to see. Because, I mean, we kind of know the basics of this, but they're going a bit more in detail.
高霊術とか口寄せとか、そういう一般的な霊を扱う魔術は彼らの力の一部を借り受けて奇跡を起こすでしょ。けどこのサーバントっていうのは英霊本体を直接連れてきて使い魔にする。 だから基本的には霊体としてそばにいるけど、必要とあらば実体化させて戦わせられるってわけ。
The servants are familiars of the heroes themselves. Near and spirit form. Okay, wait. Never mind. I was confused for a second.
その霊体と実体を使い分けられるってことか。
Correct.
トーサカのサーバントは姿が見えないけど、今は霊体ってことか。
いえ、あいつはうちの召喚人で傷を癒してる最中よ。
Yeah, Saber kind of diced him.
さっきセイバーにやられたでしょ。あれだってあと少し強制撤去が遅かったら一撃で消滅してたわ。
Yeah, Archer was about to get wrecked.
いい？サーバントを倒せるのは同じ霊体であるサーバントだけ。そりゃ相手が実体化していればこっちの攻撃も当たるから、うまくすれば倒せるかもしれない。
The odds are probably absurdly low, though, because it seems like extremely hard to even beat one ignoring their noble phantasm. But then if they really feel threatened, they're like, fine, I'll use a move that you literally just can't deal with.
けどサーバントはみんな怪物じみてるでしょ。だから怪物の相手は怪物に任せて、マスターは後方支援をするっていうのがセオリーね。
Tosaka's explanation irritates me for some reason. She calls them monsters. I don't know about the other servants, but I don't want her to talk about Saber like that.
とにかくマスターになった人間は召喚したサーバントを使って他のマスターを倒さなければならない。そのあたりは理解できた？
言葉の上でなら。けど納得なんて言ってないぞ。
Yeah, that's fair.
そもそもそんな悪趣味なことを誰が何のために始めたんだ？
Who? Good question. Why? Just to obtain the
それは
Holy Grail,
私が知るべ
some
き
said.
ことでもないし、答えてあげることでもない。そのあたりはいずれちゃんと聖杯戦争を監督しているやつに聞きなさい。
Almost called it a hero grail again. Too much Fire Emblem heroes.
私が教えてあげられるのはね、あなたはもう戦うしかなくて、サーバントは強力な使い魔だからうまく使えってことだけよ。
Tohsaka says so, and now turns to Saber.
さて、エミヤ君から話を聞いた限りじゃ、あなたは不完全な状態みたいね、セイバー。マスターとしての心得がない魔術師見習いに呼び出されたんだから。
Correct. So wait, she's not even at her, like, full power?
ええ、あなたの言う通り、私は万全ではありません。
What does she look like at full form? Oh, Jesus.
シローには私を実体化させる魔力がないため、霊体に戻ることも魔力の回復も難しいでしょう。
驚いたわ。そこまでひどかったこともだけど、あなたが正直に話してくれるなんて思わなかった。どうやって弱みを聞き出そうかなって程度だったのに。
Yeah, I think she's so unworried about you and Archer that she's just gonna tell you.
敵に弱点を見抜かれるのは不本意ですが、あなたの目は欺けそうにない。
Also true.
こちらの手札を隠しても意味はないでしょう。
That's the better reason. That clearly she already knows. She was the one who addressed that she wasn't in full form, so why hide it?
それならばあなたに知ってもらうことで、シローにより深く現状を理解してもらった方がいい。
正解。風格も十分と。もうますます惜しい。私がセイバーのマスターだったらこんな戦い勝ったも同然だったのに。
Yeah, too bad your clock was off. That's a tragedy. Tohsaka clenches her fists with anger.
トーサカ、それ俺がふさわしくないってことか？
I mean, not really, yeah.
当然でしょ、ヘッポコ。
Wow, she just said something that any normal person would have trouble saying.
何？まだなんか質問があるの？
And she doesn't realize it. Her honor student image from school crumbles inside of me. Good going, you say. Tohsaka certainly shows no openings, just like a devil.
さて、話がまとまったところでそろそろ行きましょうか。
Tohsaka suddenly says something strange. Yeah, wait,
行くってどこへ？
where the heck are we going?
だからあなたが巻き込まれたこのゲーム、
Ah,
聖杯戦争をよく知っているやつに会いに行くの。 エミヤ君、聖杯戦争の理由について知りたいんでしょ？
I definitely wouldn't mind meeting that dude.
それは当然だ。けどそれってどこだよ？
大丈夫。隣町だから急げば夜明けまでには帰ってこれるわ。それに明日は日曜なんだから別に夜更かししてもいいじゃない。
True.
いや、そういう問題じゃなくて。
It's just that a lot of things happen today, so I want to have a rest and think about them.
何？行かないの？もうエミヤ君がそう言うんならいいけど、セイバーは？
Tohsaka asks Saber.
ちょっと待て、セイバーは関係ないだろう。あんまり無理強いするな。
もうマスターとしての自覚はあるんだ。私がセイバーと話すのは嫌？
I grin. He's like, oh, okay. You're already taking the role, I guess.
そんなことあるか。ただ、トーサカの言うのが本当なら、セイバーは昔の英雄なんだろ？なら、こんな現代に呼び出されて、右も左もわからないはずだ。だから、
Sure.
シロ、それは違う。
Yeah, I was gonna say.
サーバントは人間の世であるのなら、あらゆる時代に適応します。ですからこの時代のこともよく知っている。
It wouldn't be that helpful if they knew nothing about modern day.
知ってるって本当に？
もちろん。この時代に呼び出されたのも一度ではありませんから。
Oh.
嘘。どんな確率よそれ。
It's the same Saber as in another Holy Grail War. Good lord. Hey, Tohsaka's surprised too. So that must mean Saber said something incredible.
シロ、私は彼女に賛成です。あなたはマスターとして知識がなさすぎる。あなたと契約したサーバントとして、シロには強くなってもらわなければ困ります。
That would help, wouldn't it? Saber stares at me silently. It's a gentle stare that's worried not for herself, but for me.
わかった。行けばいいんだろ、行けば。
I think she's just surprised that there's another Saber. Right, like the same one that's been here before.
で、それってどこなんだ、トサカ。ちゃんと帰ってこれる場所なんだろうな。
もちろん。行き先は隣町の琴峰教会。そこがこの戦いを監督してるエセ神父の居所よ。
Tohsaka makes an evil smile. Looks like she's having fun dragging me around while I don't know anything. It might be prejudice, but I'm beginning to feel like there's a problem with her personality. Yeah, a bit foul, I guess. Oh. Never mind. We walk through the nighttime town. It's past 1 in the morning, and there's no one out at this time. The lights in the houses are out, and only the street lamps illuminate the silent town.
まあ、トサカ、つかのことを聞くけど、歩いて隣町まで行く気なのか？
Guess we are.
そうよ。だって電車もバスも終わってるでしょ。いいんじゃない？たまには夜の散歩っていうのも。
Sure.
そうか。一応聞くけど、隣町までどのくらいかかるか知ってるか？
Probably too long.
歩いてだと1時間ぐらいかしらね。まあ、遅くなったら帰りはタクシーでも拾えばいいでしょ。
An hour walk this late at night? Good lord.
そんな余分な金は使わないし、俺が言いたいのは、女の子が夜出歩くのはどうかってことだ。最近物騒なのは知ってるだろ？もしものことがあったら責任持てないぞ、俺。
I think Tohsaka could take care of herself. Against anyone that isn't like Saber.
安心しなさい。相手がどんなやつだろうとちょっかいなんて出してこないわ。エミヤ
Yeah.
君は忘れてるみたいだけど、そこにいるセイバーはとんでもなくお強いんだから。
Yeah. If somebody did jump them, I doubt Saber's just gonna let anything happen. I mean, even if Saber wasn't there, Tohsaka, I think, would be able to handle herself unless they got jumped by another master. She's right. Whoever it is, if someone attacks her, they will be counterattacked viciously.
リン、シロは今何を言いたかったのでしょう。私には理解できなかったのですが。
Why does she look so stupid in that giant coat? That looks so weird. I guess it makes sense to try and hide her armor, but oh my goodness, it looks so weird.
いや、大した勘違いっぷりっていうか、大間抜けっていうか。
You're big plain
なんで
stupid.
も、私たちが痴漢に襲われたら、エミヤくんが助けてくれるんだって。
Tough.
そんな、シロは私のマスターだ。それでは立場が逆ではないですか。
Yeah, I think I kind of forgot about that part.
そういうの考えてないんじゃない？魔術師とかサーバントとかどうでもいいって感じ。あいつの頭の中、一度見てみたくなったわね。
Tohsaka and Saber now know each other well enough to talk to each other. Saber has been silent ever since I stopped her from going out dressed like she was. She said she wouldn't take off her armor, so I made her wear a raincoat, and she's been quiet ever since. Now she follows me and only speaks to Tohsaka. Dang, silent treatment?
どっちに行くのよ、エミヤくん。そっち、道が違うんじゃない？
Where is he going?
橋に出ればいいんだろ。ならこっちのが近道だ。
I don't want to walk alongside them, so I quickly make my way to the small side road. They follow me without objection. Knows the lay of the land. We come out into a park. We'll have to cross that bridge to go to the neighboring town of Shinto, but
へえ、こんな道あったんだ。そっか、橋には公園からでも行けるんだから、公園を目指せばいいのね。
maybe it's just because it's nighttime. Tohsaka's face, looking up at the bridge, seems even more beautiful than at school. I'm troubled.
いいから行くぞ。別に遊びに来たわけじゃないんだから。
I hurry Tohsaka, who is standing still in the park, and make my way up the stairs. Once we reach the road alongside the bridge, Shinto will be straight ahead of us. Really random, but I gotta say, I do like this game's sprite work. There's no one on the bridge. That's only natural, as not many people use it even during daytime. It's more normal to use the bus or the train to get to the neighboring town, so this bridge is rarely used. That's because it's so long and it carries a fear that it might collapse on you. Ah. That must be why this place isn't used for dates, even though it's perfect location-wise.
バカらしい。何考えてんだ俺。
Yeah, bro's thinking about dates right now. Chill. Saber's following me silently, and Tohsaka is walking right beside me. Trying to ignore them, I hurry across the bridge. Beyond the bridge, Tohsaka leads us into the suburbs. When I think about Shinto, only the office buildings in front of the station come to mind, but there are streets from older times once you get away from the station. The suburbs are the most extreme of those. There are hilly roads and a high ground overlooking the sea. As you go further up the hill, there are fewer buildings, and the foreigner cemetery built on the slope of the hill can be seen.
この上が教会よ。エミヤくんも一度ぐらいは行ったことがあるんじゃない？
Probably not.
いや、ない。
No.
あそこが孤児院だったってことぐらいは知ってるけど。
Is that a coincidence?
そう。なら今日が初めてか。じゃあ少し気を引き締めた方がいいわ。
That's
あそ
great.
この神父は一筋縄じゃいかないから。
Can't wait. Tohsaka starts up the hill. Looking up, I can see a building at the top of the hill. Yeah, you can kind of see the spire right there. A church atop the hill. I never thought I'd visit God's house for the first time for a reason like this. Yeah, so you can kill a bunch of people.
すごいなこれ。
That is a pretty nice looking building. The church is magnificent. The whole top of the hill must be the church's land, as a flat field welcomes me as soon as I reach the top. The church isn't that big, but it is compelling, towering over its visitors.
シロ、私はここに残ります。
Okay.
なんでだよ。ここまで来たのに、セイバーだけ置いてけぼりなんてできないだろ
私は教会に来たのではなく、シロを守るためについてきたのです。シロの目的地が教会であるのなら、これ以上遠くには行かないでしょう。
Okay.
ですから、ここで帰りを待つことにします。
Okay, I guess. Saber says clearly. It doesn't seem like she'll budge an inch, so I decide to respect her decision. Yeah, that'd be a waste of a command
う。わ
spell.
かった。それじゃあ行ってくる。
はい。誰であろうと気を許さないように、マスター。
It is a large, impressive chapel. Since it's so large, many people must come here during the day. If he's entrusted with such a church, the priest here must be a man of character.
トーサカ、ここの神父さんっていうのはどんな人なんだ？
I can't wait for her to rip him a new one.
どんな人かって説明するのは難しいわね。10年来の知人だけど、私だって未だにあいつの性格はつかめないもの。
That's strange.
10年来の知人？それはまた随分と年季が入った関係だな。もしかして親戚か何かか？
Probably knew him through her dad, honestly.
親戚じゃないけど、私の後見人よ。ついでに言うと、兄弟子にして第二の師っていうところ。
Jeez. I didn't realize all that.
兄弟子って魔術師としての兄弟子？
そうだけど、なんで驚くのよ、そこで。
Yeah, it's a good question.
だって神父さんなんだろ？神父さんが魔術なんて、そんなのご法度じゃないか。
By their nature, a magus and the church cannot be in harmony. The organization that Magi belong to is called the Magic Association, and the other side of religion, the side you wouldn't see while living in a normal life, is called the Holy Holy Church. The two are barely similar. They cooperate in name, but they're always trying to kill each other when given the chance. The church hates heretics. They totally eliminate the inhuman, and they count magic using humans among their targets. For the church, miracles are only given to those chosen by holy saints. Any miracles handled by other people are heresies. Okay. There are no exceptions, even for those within the church. I guess that makes it a place you wouldn't expect to have to look, then. The higher one rises in the church, the more one is prohibited from the impurity of magic. And for a follower entrusted with a church like this, and the more divine protection one receives, the more one should stay away from magic.
いや、そもそもここの神父さんってこっち側の人だったのか。
I mean, yeah, I'd say so, or he wouldn't be here.
ええ、聖杯戦争の監督役を任されたやつだもの。バリッバリの大公者よ。まあ、もっとも神のご加護があるかどうかは疑問だけど。
No promises about that. Tohsaka's footsteps echo as she approaches the altar. It's bad manners to do that when the priest isn't here, but it's so late at night. He won't be in the chapel, so if he's anywhere, it will be the private room in the back.
んで、その神父さんはなんて言うんだ？さっきは琴峰とかなんとか言ってたけど。
名前は琴峰綺麗。父さんの教え子でね。もう10年以上顔を合わせてる腐れ縁よ。まあ、できれば知り合いたくなかったけど。
I wish I never met him, though. Brutal.
同感だ。私も死を敬わぬ弟子など持ちたくはなかった。
A footstep. He must have noticed our entry as he slowly appears from the other side of the altar.
再三の呼び出しにも応じぬと思えば、変わった客を連れてきたな。彼が7人目というわけか、リン。
Perhaps.
そう。一応魔術師だけど、中身は点で素人だから見てられなくって。
And you'd be toast if it wasn't for him ordering Saber to stop.
確かマスターになったものは、ここに届けを出すのが決まりだったわよね。あんたたちが勝手に決めたルールだけど、今回は守ってあげる。
それは結構。なるほど。ではその少年には感謝しなくてはな。
What, for accidentally becoming the seventh? Whoops. Mistake of a lifetime. The priest called Kodomine slowly turns to me. Kodomine? I don't know. I go back to the last time they said it.
名前は琴峰綺麗。父さんの教え子でね。
Going with
もう
Kodomine.
10年以上顔を合わせてる腐れ縁よ。まあ、できれば知り合いたくなかったけど。
The priest called Kodomine slowly turns to me. Without realizing, I step back. He's not scary at all. I don't feel any hostility from him. This priest still has a presence that makes the air around him feel heavy.
私はこの教会を任されている琴峰きれいというものだが、君の名は何というのかな。7人目のマスターよ。
エミヤシロ。けど俺はまだマスターなんてものになった覚えはないからな。
Yeah, the thing is, there is no agree. You already have a servant in the command spells. I glare back at the priest, trying not to lose against his presence.
エミヤ、シロ。
The weight on my back turns into a chill. The priest slowly smiles as if he's met someone pleasant. That smile, it makes me...
礼を言う、エミヤ。よくリンを連れてきてくれた。君がいなければあれは最後までここには訪れなかったろう。
So what are the odds that Kotomine knew, what's his name, Kiritsugi? Shiro's adopted father? The priest makes his way toward the altar. Tohsaka moves away from the altar and stands beside me.
では始めよう。エミヤ・シロ。君はセイバーのマスターで間違いはないか？
Yep.
それは違う。確かに俺はセイバーと契約した。けどマスターとか聖杯戦争とかそんなことを言われても俺には点でわからない。
Tohsaka just explained it to you.
マスターっていうのがちゃんとした魔術師がなるものなら他にマスターを選び直した方がいい。
No, that's fair.
なるほど。これは重傷だ。彼は本当に何も知らないのか、リン。
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
だから素人だって言ったじゃない。そのあたりからしつけてあげて。そういう追い込み得意でしょ、あんた。
Tohsaka urges the priest.
ほう。これはそういうことか。よかろう。お前が私を頼ったのはこれが初めてだ。エミやシローには感謝をしてもし足りないな。
Dang, you wanted to start this thing that bad? Father Kotomine laughs. The conversation makes me feel uneasy.
まず君の勘違いを正そう。いいか、エミやシロ。マスターというものは他人に譲れるものではないし、なってしまった以上やめられるものでもない。その腕に令状を刻まれた者は、たとえ何者であろうとマスターを辞めることはできん。
That's tough, so like it or
ま
not.
ずはその事実を受け入れろ。
So like it or not, you gotta fight to the death. That is tough. You can't even just be like, I tap out, y'all can have the Holy Grail. Like, I'm gonna lose. My bad. Shouldn't have entered. You just die.
やめることはできないって。
令旨とは聖魂でもある。マスターとは与えられた試練だ。都合が悪いからといって放棄することはできん。その痛みからは聖杯を手に入れるまでは解放されない。お前がマスターを辞めたいというのであれば、聖杯を手に入れ、斧が望みを叶えるより他はあるまい。そうなれば何もかもが元通りだぞ、エミヤシロ。
Still quite a heavy price.
お前の望み、そのうちに溜まった泥をすべてかき出すこともできる。
Even possible to
そう
start
だ。初めからやり直すこととて可能だろうよ。
start everything over again? What are we talking about? Like a time loop? I gotta be. Am I reading
故
that
に
wrong?
望むがいい。もしその時が来るのなら、君はマスターに選ばれた幸運に感謝するのだからな。その目に見えぬ火傷の跡を消したいのならば、聖魂を受け入れるだけでいい。
Those burns that cannot be seen. Is he referring to the literal burns, or? I think so. I feel dizzy. The priest's words don't make any sense. They just confuse me more and more as I listen. But still, his words soak into my brain and clot like blood.
キレ、回りくどい真似はしないで。私は彼にルールを説明してあげてって言ったのよ。誰も。
Whoops. A voice cuts in.
トーサカ。
That clears up my dizzy head.
そうか。こういった手合いには何を言っても無駄だからな。せめて勘違いしたまま道徳を拭い去ってやろうと思ったのだが。
Just trying to strip away our morality so that what, we'd kill people?
情けは人のためならずとはよく言ったものだ。つい
何よ。
Goodness.
彼を助けるといいことあるっていうの？あんたに。
あるとも。人を助けるということはいずれ自身を救うということだからな。と、今さらお前に説いても始まるまい。
Priest is definitely interesting.
では本題に戻ろうか、エミヤシロウ。君が巻き込まれたこの戦いは聖杯戦争と呼ばれるものだ。7人のマスターが7人のサーバントを用いて繰り広げる争奪戦。
Yes.
ということぐらいはリンから聞いているか。
We've learned that much.
聞いてる。7人のマスターで殺し合うっていうふざけた話だろ。
そうだ。だが我らとて好きでこのような非道を行っているわけではない。
What, because you want the Holy Grail, or?
すべては聖杯を得るにふさわしいものを選抜するための儀式だ。
It's a brutal ritual, man.
何しろ物が物だからな。所有者の選定にはいくつかの試練が必要だ。
What trials? I'll bet this priest doesn't think of this Holy Grail War thing as a trial.
待てよ。さっきから聖杯聖杯って繰り返してるけど、それって一体何なんだ？
Oh no, he does.
まさか本当にあの聖杯だって言うんじゃないだろうな。
The Holy Grail. A grail said to have received the blood of the Christ. It is considered to be one of the greatest holy relics and said to be capable of many miracles. The most common rumor about it is that the one who obtains the Holy Grail will obtain the world. But that's just an invention. After all, the Holy Grail itself is almost something that exists but doesn't exist. A Holy Grail that makes wishes come true certainly appears in many folklores and legends around the world. But that's it. A fictional power that doesn't exist and isn't possible. That is the Holy Grail.
どうなんだ、ことみねきれい。あんたの言う聖杯は本当に聖杯なのか？
It's a valid question, honestly.
もちろんだとも。この町に現れる聖杯は本物だ。その証拠の一つとしてサーバントなどという法外な奇跡が起きているだろう。
Okay, that's fair. That is a pretty great miracle.
過去の英霊を呼び出し刺激する。いいな。すでに死者の蘇生に近いこの奇跡は魔法と言える。これだけの力を持つ聖杯ならば持ち主に無限の力を与えよう。物の心眼などその事実の前には無価値だ。
A miracle close to resurrecting the dead is almost a sorcery. Well, I guess Tohsaka committed a sorcery earlier. Built different. So, he means that even if it is a fake, it doesn't matter if it has powers that would overwhelm even the true Holy Grail. Okay, yeah, that's fair, actually.
いいぜ。仮に聖杯があるとする。けど、ならなんだって聖杯戦争なんてものをさせるんだ。聖杯があるんなら殺し合うことなんてない。それだけすごいものならみんなで分ければいいだろう。
I'm guessing it can only grant like one wish.
もっともな意見だが、そんな自由は我々にはない。聖杯を手にする者はただ一人。それは私たちが決めたのではなく、聖杯自体が決めたことだ。7人のマスターを選ぶのも、7人のサーバントを呼び出すのも、これは儀式だと言っただろう。聖杯は自らを持つにふさわしい人間を選び、彼らを競わせて、ただ一人の持ち主を選定する。
So yeah, so it was just the Holy Grail that summoned Saber. Huh.
それが聖杯戦争。聖杯に選ばれ、手に入れるために殺し合う恒例儀式というわけだ。
The priest speaks plainly. I have no rebuttal, and I look down at my left hand. There is the mark they call the command spell. It must mean that as long as I have this mark, I cannot quit being a master.
納得いかないな。一人だけしか選ばれないにしたって 他のマスターを殺すしかないっていうのは気に食わない。
Not a better way to choose one.
ちょっと待って。殺すしかないっていうのは誤解よ、ヘミヤ君。別にマスターを殺す必要はないんだから。
Why didn't you say that?
はあ？だって殺し合いだって言ったじゃないか。琴峰もそう言ってたぞ。
Is it just killing the servants?
殺し合いだ。
綺麗は黙ってて。あのね、この町に伝わる聖杯っていうのは霊体なの。だから物としてあるわけじゃなくて、特別な儀式で呼び出す。つまり降霊するしかないってわけ。
That is very important information. That is very different from what we've heard. What?
で、呼び出すことは私たち魔術師だけでもできるんだけど、これが霊体である以上、私たちには触れられない。この意味わかる？
わかる。霊体には霊体しか触れられないんだろ。ああ、だからサーバントが必要なのか。
So, in theory, if you killed everybody's servant, you'd just win by default, pretty much.
そういうこと。ぶっちゃけた話、聖杯戦争っていうのは自分のサーバント以外のサーバントを撤去させるってことよ。
It's just
だからマスターを殺さなければならないという決まりはないの。
it's just a more convenient way to kill the servant. Very convenient way. Man, she could have told me that earlier. Honestly, Tohsaka and this priest were being mean. Now I'm relieved. So even if we enter this Holy Grail War, Tohsaka's not going to die. Oh, not necessarily going to die. She still could.
なるほど。そういう考えもできるか。ではエミヤシロ、一つ尋ねるが、君は自分のサーバントを倒せると思うか？
No. Beat Saber? That's impossible. In the first place, magic is useless against her, and she is skilled with her sword.
ではもう一つ尋ねよう。つまらぬ問いだが、君は自分がサーバントより優れていると思えるか？
No, in literally no way. What's he saying? I can't beat Saber, so there's no way I'm superior to her. For this question, my answer will always be that I'm weaker than my servant, so...
そういうことだ。サーバントはサーバントをもってしても破りがたい。ならばどうするか。
Yeah. So just kind of what I was saying, like it's a much more convenient way to kill a servant by just killing the master.
そら、実に単純な話だろう。サーバントはマスターがいなければ存在できぬ。いかにサーバントが強力であろうと、マスターが潰されれば、そのサーバントも消滅する。ならば。
That's right. It's a natural solution. No one would choose to take the hard way. If you want to win, the most effective way to kill the servants would be to kill their masters instead.
ああ、サーバントを消すためにはマスターを倒した方が早いってのは分かった。
Dang, he's getting this pretty quick.
けど、それじゃ逆にサーバントが先にやられたらマスターはマスターでなくなるのか。聖杯に触れられるのはサーバントだけなんだろう。ならサーバントを失ったマスターには価値がない。
That's a valid question.
いや、霊樹がある限りマスターの権利は残る。マスターとはサーバントと契約できる魔術師のことだ。
So could you in
霊樹があるうちはいくらでもサーバントと契約できる。
theory, could you summon another servant then?
マスターを失ったサーバントはすぐに消えるわけではない。彼らは体内の魔力が尽きるまでは現世にとどまれる。そういったマスターを失ったサーバントがいれば、サーバントを失ったマスターとて再契約が可能となる。
So it's not that there's new
戦
servants.
線復帰ができるというわけだ。
It's not that there's new servants, but the old servants, if they still have enough magical energy to be in this world, then somebody else can form a contract with them. Got it. Okay.
だからこそ、マスターはマスターを殺すのだ。下手に生かしておけば、新たな障害になる可能性があるからな。
Unfortunately, it does make a lot of sense.
じゃあ霊樹を使い切ったら、そうすれば他のサーバントと契約できないし、自由になったサーバントも他のマスターとくっつくだろう。
I think Tohsaka was being serious when she says you just die.
待って、それは。
それはその通りだ。霊樹さえ使い切ってしまえばマスターの責務からは解放されるな。もっとも強力な魔術を行える霊樹を無駄に使うなどという魔術師がいるとは思えないが。
Yeah, probably not.
いたとしたらそいつは半人前どころかただのふぬけということだろう。
Man, it's me, I'm a chicken. I'm tapping out of this. The priest laughs, as he knows what I'm thinking about. I'm annoyed. That priest is making fun of me. I think he's trying to provoke me. His tone of voice pisses me off. Oh, he's
納
jumping?
得がいったか。ならばルールの説明はここまでだ。さて、それでは初めに戻ろう。エミヤシロ。君はマスターになったつもりはないと言ったが、それは今でも同じなのか。
I don't know, do we still feel that way?
マスターを放棄するというのならそれもよかろう。君が今考えた通り、霊樹を使い切ってセーバーとの契約を立てばよい。その場合、聖杯戦争が終わるまで君の安全は私が保証する。
ちょっと待った。なんだってあんたに安全を保証されなくちゃいけないんだ。
Not from
自
other
分の身ぐ
people.
らい自分で守る。
If people don't realize that you've given up as a master, then they might just come to murk you.
私とてお前に構うほど暇ではない。だがこれも決まりでな。私は繰り返される聖杯戦争を監督するために派遣された。故に聖杯戦争による犠牲は最小限にとどめなくてはならないのだ。マスターで亡くなった魔術師を保護するのは監督役として最優先事項なのだよ。
Okay. So that's always an option, I guess.
繰り返される聖杯戦争。
Oh yeah, this is you know what, the fifth one? Hold on. Repeating? Does he mean that this kind of battle's happened many times before?
それどういうことだよ。聖杯戦争っていうのは今に始まったことじゃないのか。
無論だ。でなければ監督役などというものが派遣されると思うか。
That's a valid point.
この教会は聖遺物を回収する任を帯びる特務局の末端でな。本来は聖十字の調査回収を旨とするが、ここでは聖杯の査定の任を帯びている。極東の地に観測された第726聖杯を調査し、これが正しいものであるのなら回収し、そうでなければ否定しろとな。
726th? Yo, didn't you guys say 5? Didn't you say there were 5 Holy Grail Wars?
726って聖杯ってのはそんなにたくさんあるのか。
さあ、少なくともらしきものならばそれだけの数があったということだろう。
So have there only been 5 former Holy Grail Wars, or was I very much mistaken about that?
そしてその中の一つがこの町で観測される聖杯であり、聖杯戦争だ。記録では200年ほど前が一度目の戦いになっている。以後約50年周期でマスターたちの戦いは繰り返されている。
So what was going on 10 years ago then?
聖杯戦争はこれで5度目。前回が10年前であるから、今までで最短のサイクルということになるが。
Okay, so I wasn't mistaken. This was just a really small gap.
正気かお前ら。こんなことを今まで4度も続けてきたって。
Yeah, they're a little insane.
まったく同感だ。お前の言う通り、連中はこんなことを何度も繰り返してきたのだよ。
What interests me is the fact that since the last Holy Grail War was 10 years ago, there are probably still people in this town, possibly in this game, that were affected by it. Like, or were like in it, even, you know? Because obviously even just Shiro was affected by it.
そう、過去繰り返された聖杯戦争はことごとく苛烈を極めてきた。マスターたちは斧が欲望に突き動かされ、魔術師としての教えを忘れ、ただ無差別に殺し合いを行った。君も知っていると思うが、魔術師にとって魔術を一般社会で使用することは第一の罪悪だ。
Too bad.
魔術師は斧が正体を人々に知られてはならないのだからな。
Yeah, we know that much. Too bad what in the last Holy Grail War, the magic, kind of started an entire fire that annihilated Shinto.
だが、過去のマスターたちはそれを破った。魔術協会は彼らを戒めるために監督役を派遣したが、それが間に合ったのは3度目の聖杯戦争でな。その時に派遣されたのが私の父というわけだが、納得がいったか少年。
So what, the first two were just brutal?
ああ、
Yeah.
監督役が必要な理由は分かった。
Because there's no supervisor. I suppose that makes sense.
けど
Though.
今の話からすると、この聖杯戦争っていうのはとんでもなくタチが悪いものなんじゃないのか。
ほう。たちが悪いとはどん。
だって以前のマスターたちは魔術師のルールを破るような奴らだったんだろ。
Fair.
なら仮に聖杯があるとして、最後まで勝ち残った奴が聖杯を私利私欲で使うような奴だったらどうする？平気で人を殺すような奴にそんなものが渡ったらまずいだろ。
It is what it is, I guess. Not much they can do about that.
魔術師を監視するのが教会の仕事なら、あんたはそういう奴を罰するべきじゃないのか。
I question, with a little hope. But as I expected, Kodomine Kire laughs.
まさか私利私欲で動かぬ魔術師などおるまい。我々が管理するのは聖杯戦争の決まりだけだ。その後のことなど知らん。
I mean,
どのような人格が聖杯を手に入れようが、教会は関与しない。
what can they ultimately even do about it?
そんなバカな。じゃあ聖杯を手に入れたマスターが最悪な奴だったらどうするんだよ。
Tough.
困るな。だが、私たちではどうしようもない。持ち主を選ぶのは聖杯だ。そして聖杯に選ばれたマスターを止める力など、私たちにはない。
Yeah, no kidding. Especially if they still have their servant.
何しろ望みを叶える杯だ。手に入れたものはやりたい放題だろうさ。しかし、それが嫌だというのなら、お前が勝ち残ればいい。他人を当てにするよりは、その方が何よりも確実だろう。
I mean, not wrong. Kodomine is trying to hold back his laughter, like he's enjoying my clumsy inability to accept the facts.
どうした少年。今のはいいアイデアだと思うのだが、参考にする気はないのかな。
Probably not, even if it's one of the better options we have.
そんなの余計なお世話だ。第一、俺には戦う理由がない。聖杯なんてものに興味はないし、マスターなんて言われても実感が湧かない。
ほう。では聖杯を手に入れた人間が何をするか、それによって最悪が起きたとしても
I think
興味はないのだな。
I think Kodomine might be getting to him. Because honestly, I think he's right. I think Shiro totally would care.
それは。
I can't answer that question, because he's right. He would. Crap, his words are violent. They force the truth onto me, whether I want it or not.
理由がないのならそれも結構。ならば、10年前の出来事にも、お前は関心を持たないのだな。
Oh, snap. He really brought that into this.
10年前。
Is he gonna connect that?
そうだ。前回の聖杯戦争の最後にな。ふさわしくないマスターが聖杯に触れた。そのマスターが何を望んでいたかは知らん。我々にわかるのは、その時に残された災害の爪痕だけだ。
Yeah, an inferno. Yep, he realized. For an instant, that image of hell flashes in my head. Yikes.
待ってくれ。まさか、それは。
そうだ。この町に住む者なら誰もが知っている出来事だよ。エミやシロ。死傷者500名。焼け落ちた建物は実に134棟。未だもって原因不明とされるあの火災こそが聖杯戦争による爪痕だ。
That knowledge might be what gets Shiro in. I feel sick. My vision blurs. I lose concentration and I can't focus my eyes. My body stumbles. But I hold myself firm. I hold on to consciousness by clenching my teeth. I hold back my nausea with the anger boiling up in me.
エミヤ君どうしたのよ。いきなり顔面真っ白にしちゃって。そりゃあんまり気持ちのいい話じゃなかったけど、ほら、なんなら少し休んだりする？
I respect it, but you know, his parents, kind of got incinerated in that? It's not just a story to him. I must have looked terrible. I think it's very rare for Tohsaka to be worried like that.
心配無用だ。遠坂の変な顔を見たら治った。
What? Yeah, that's a weird thing to say.
ちょっと、それどういう意味よ？
Yeah, you might wanna chill before Archer shows up real quick.
いや、タイはないんだ。言葉通りの意味だから気にするな。
ならいいけど、って余計に悪いじゃない、このド変僕。
You big oaf. You just get rocked? The school's #1 honor student, Tohsaka Rin, smacks me in the head. You just got rocked. That does it. With that, the nausea and anger go away.
サンキュー。本当に助かったから、あんまりいじめないでくれ、遠坂。
Yep.
今はもう少し聞かなくちゃいけないことがある。
I guess that'll bring you back to reality, huh? She looks like she hasn't hit me enough, but she still lets me continue. Bro, she was about to start jumping. What?
ほう、まだ質問があるのか。いいぞ。言いたいことは全て言ってしまえ。
He should know what I want to ask, yet he asks me to go on. Fine. Amiya Shiro won't lose to you.
じゃあ聞く。あんた、聖杯戦争は今回が5回目だって言ったな。なら、今まで聖杯を手に入れたやつはいるのか？
That's a good question, actually.
当然だろう。そう毎回全滅などという決めは起きん。
Okay. That was just like a one-off thing.
じゃあ、
早まるな。手に入れるだけならば簡単だ。何しろ聖杯自体はこの教会で管理している。手に取るだけならば私は毎日触れているぞ。
Oh.
え？
The Holy Grail is at this church? Yeah, I didn't expect that.
もっともそれは器だけだ。中身が空なのだよ。先ほどリンが言っただろう。聖杯とは霊体だと。この教会に保管してあるのは極めて精巧に作られた聖杯のレプリカだ。これを触媒にして本物の聖杯を降霊させ願いを叶える杯にする。そうだな。マスターとサーバントの関係に近いか。なあ、そうやって一時的に本物となった聖杯を手にした男は確かにいた。
Okay. Just once? Somebody's actually obtained it that way?
じゃあ、聖杯は本物だったのか？あ、いや、手にしたっていうそいつは一体どうなったんだ？
I bet it's somebody we know.
どうにもならん。
Ah.
その聖杯は完成には至らなかった。バカな男がつまらぬ干渉に流された結果だよ。
She looks kind of annoyed. With the previous pressure gone, the priest narrows his eyes as if in regret. What are the odds that it was her father?
どういうことだ？聖杯は現れたんじゃないのか？
聖杯を表すだけならば簡単だ。7人のサーバントが揃い、時間が経てば聖杯は現れる。リンの言う通り、確かに他のマスターを殺める必要などないのだ。だがそれでは聖杯は完成しない。あれは自らを得るにふさわしい持ち主を選ぶ。故に、戦いを回避した男には聖杯など手に入らなかった。
I see. That's problematic.
要するに他のマスターと決着をつけずに聖杯を手に入れても無意味ってことでしょ？前回一番初めに聖杯を手に入れたマスターはアマちゃんだったのよ。敵のマスターとは戦いたくないなんて言って聖杯から逃げたんだから。
Odds that it was Kiritsugu? So saying, Tohsaka looks away from Kodamine,
嘘。
or her father. Does that mean Kodamine was one of the masters in the last war, and that he retired because he refused to fight in spite of obtaining the Holy Grail? Was it Kodamine? He does kind of look ashamed. She's like not even looking at him.
琴峰。あんた戦わなかったのか？
途中まで戦いはした。だが判断を間違えた。結果として私は空の聖杯を手にしただけだ。
So then he's saying all of this from experience. Yeah, if he's saying this all from experience, that makes things a little more difficult, huh?
もっとも、私ではそれが限界だったろう。何しろ他のマスターたちは、どいつもこいつも化け物揃いだったからな。私は真っ先にサーバントを失い、そのまま父に保護されたよ。
They were all monstrous. Who all was there? Wait, wasn't Tosaka's father there? Dang.
思えば、監督役の息子がマスターに選ばれるなど、その時点であってはならぬことだったのだ。
Perhaps just a little, but
父はその折に亡くなった。以後、私は監督役を引き継ぎ、この教会で聖杯を守っている。
saying that, the priest called Kodamine Kire turns around. Before him stands the symbol of worship.
話はここまでだ。聖杯を手にする資格がある者は、サーバントを従えたマスターのみ。君たち7人が最後の一人となったとき、
So we don't even really
聖
have
杯はおのずと勝者のもとに現れよう。
we don't even really have a say in the matter then.
その戦い、聖杯戦争に参加するかの意思をここで決めよう。
The priest requests my final decision. I'm at a loss for words. I had no reason to fight until just now. Now, I have a reason to fight and a will to fight. But can I really accept that?
まだ迷っているのか。いいか。マスターというものはなろうとしてなれるものではない。そこにいるリンは長く魔術師として修練してきたが、だからといってマスターになるのが決定されていたわけではないのだ。決定されていたものがあるとすれば、それは心構えができていたかいないかだけだろう。マスターに選ばれるのは魔術師だけだ。魔術師ならばとうに覚悟などできていよう。
We weren't ready at all.
それがないというのならば仕方があるまい。お前も、お前を育てた死も出来損ないだ。
Oh.
そんな魔術師に戦われても迷惑だからな。
Oh, he's really just
今
egging
こ
us
こで
on.
レイジを消してしまえ。
Dang, he's really just egging us on, huh? Yeah, I feel like his temper is going to be what makes him accept it. He doesn't need to ask. Save. We always save just in case. I'll go ahead and comment. Decision to fight or not. Now we're going with fight, because I feel like this game just kind of ends if you revoke the command spell, but for now we'll just do fight. Maybe we'll go back and look at this later. I won't run away. Honestly, this Holy Grail War and Master stuff doesn't seem real to me. But still, if there are only two choices, fighting or run away, I will never run away. Priest said it too. If I am a magus, I should be ready. That is why I must decide. Even though I'm an amateur, Miyashiro is a magus. If I had decided to become a superhero in the footsteps of Amiya Kiritsugu, whom I've admired all this time,
マスターとして戦う。10年前の火事の原因が聖杯戦争だって言うんなら、俺はあんな出来事を2度も起こさせるわけにはいかない。
As if he likes my answer, the priest smiles with satisfaction. I take a deep breath. I have cut away all hesitation. As a man, I said I will fight. So from now on, all I have to do is go forward with pride so that I will not go against my word.
それでは君をセーバーのマスターと認めよう。この瞬間に今回の聖杯戦争は受理された。
Alright, bet.
これよりマスターが残り一人になるまでこの町における魔術戦を許可する。
The priest's voice echoes heavily through the church. There is no meaning to that declaration. Only Tohsaka and I hear the priest's words. This man merely rang the starting bell as the priest of this church.
決まりね。それじゃあ帰るけど、私も一つぐらい質問していい？キレ。
Oh, she said Kirei.
構わんよ。これが最後かもしれんのだ。大抵の疑問には答えよう。
それじゃあ遠慮なく。キレ、あんた見届け役なんだから、他のマスターの情報ぐらいは知ってるんでしょ？こっちは教会のルールに従ってあげたんだから、それぐらい教えなさい。
I feel like he's not just going to give us the name of all the masters, but we might get something out of this.
それは困ったな。教えてやりたいのは山々だが、私も詳しくは知らんのだ。
Really?
エミやシローも含め、今回は正規の魔術師が少ない。私が知り得るマスターは2人だけだ。
あ、そう。なら呼び出された順番ならわかるでしょ。仮にも監視役なんだから。
Yeah, that's fair. Know that much at least?
1番手はバーサーカー。2番手はキャスターだな。あとはそう大差はない。先日にアーチャー、そして数時間前にセイバーが呼び出された。
Dang. Imagine being the first one to summon a servant and you end up stuck with Berserker. And you're like, yep, he's gonna kill me. Or she. They're gonna kill me. Like, the amount of magic they need. Tough, I guess.
そう。それじゃあこれで。
正式に聖杯戦争が開始されたということだ。リン。聖杯戦争が終わるまで、この教会に足を運ぶことは許されない。
自分のサーバントを失って保護を願う場合のみでしょ。それ以外にあんたを頼ったら減点ってことね。
Noted. So we can't come back here.
そうだ。おそらく君が勝者になるだろうが、減点がついては教会が黙っていない。連中はつまらない論議の末、君から聖杯を奪い取るだろう。私としては最悪の展開だ。
Could you imagine you're the last survivor of all this, but you went to the church like one time? So, like, they're like, nope, you don't get it. Tough.
エセ神父。教会の人間が魔術協会の肩を持つのね。
私は神に仕える身だ。教会に仕えているわけではない。
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
よく言うわ。だからエセなのよ、あんたは。
And Tohsaka turns her back to the priest. After that, she just makes her way to the exit without saying goodbye.
おい、そんなんでいいのか、トーサカ。あいつお前の兄弟子なんだろ。なら。
Shouldn't there be a more proper farewell?
いいわよ、そんなの。むしろ縁が切れてせいせいするぐらいだもの。そんなことより、あなたも外に出なさい。もうこの教会に用はないから。
Yeah, I wouldn't want to lose any points, man. Tohsaka walks across the floor without stopping and really leaves. I sigh and follow her. And then, I feel a presence behind me and turn around. Oh, hey, what's up? The priest who was behind me before I knew it is looking down on me.
なんだよ。まだなんかあるっていうのか。
I back off as I say so. Just as I thought, I don't like him. Maybe we're just incompatible or something, but I can't get myself to like him.
話がないなら帰るからな。
I make my way to the door, trying to escape his stare. As I go,
喜べ少年。君の願いはようやく叶う。
what, to be a superhero? The priest says, as if declaring an oracle. Is he that convinced we're gonna win, or? Those words aren't those the true feelings I haven't yet realized?
何をいきなり。
分かっていたはずだ。明確な悪がいなければ君の望みは叶わない。たとえそれが君にとって容認し得ぬものであろうと、正義の味方には倒すべき悪が必要だ。
How does he just know our wish? He totally knows Kiritsugu, right? Or knew him. I feel like everything has turned black. The priest said it. The greatest wish and the ugliest wish I have are the same. Yes, the desire to protect something is, at the same time, none other than the wish for something to violate it.
お前。
I mean, yeah, I guess. There's no way I'd wish for something like that. I don't remember a moment when I've wished for that. Such an insecure wish. Just means the target ideals are inconsistent. But the priest says as if to pierce my heart. Good thing you have an enemy now.
何？取り繕うことはない。君の葛藤は人間としてとても正しい。
I shake off the priest's words and walk to the door.
さらばだ、エミヤシロ。最後の忠告になるが、帰り道には気をつけたまえ。
Jeez, I'm about to get like somebody's gonna try and assassinate us already?
これより君の世界は一変する。
Yeah, I will.
君は殺し、殺される側の人間になった。その身はすでにマスターなのだからな。
Hey, we made the decision. Suppose we can't return here. That priest was interesting. Gotta be honest. As soon as I leave, the pressure on my shoulders. Certainly, you could say that getting away from that priest helped. But Tohsaka standing out in her uniform, and the blonde-haired girl in a raincoat standing near her make a strangely well-matched sight that somehow takes the pressure off me. Saber is silent, as always. She's looking at me, so it seems she's interested in the decision I made.
行きましょう。町に戻るまでは一緒でしょ、私たち。
Tohsaka starts walking. Following after her, we leave the church as well. The three of us descend the hill together. We didn't talk much on the way here, but there's even less talk now. Even dull as I am, I know why. After what happened at the church, I truly became a master. And that must be the reason Tohsaka is walking a little apart from us. I understand that. I understand, but I don't like thinking about Tohsaka like that.
トサカ、お前のサーバント大丈夫なのか？
え？あ、うん。あーちゃんなら無事よ。まあ、セイバーにやられたダメージは簡単に消えそうにないから、しばらく実体化はさせられないだろうけど。
That is unfortunate. So, that's probably why she's so concerned. We could just be like, yeah, we're a master, so you're dead.
じゃあそばにはいないのか？
This sounds really sus. I'm gonna be honest.
ええ、私の家でかくまってる状態。今他のサーバントに襲われたら不利だから、傷が治るまでは有利な場所で敵に備えさせてるの。
I see. Unlike my house, I'll bet Tohsaka's house is well prepared against attacks. A house is like a fortress for a magus. They will not lose as long as they stay there. That must mean enemies will not attack you as long as you stay on your home ground. I see. The boundary field in my house is merely an alarm against intruders, but even having that makes a big difference. Yeah, it does. You'd be so dead right now if you didn't have that, because Lancer would have just came in unnoticed.
そういえばトサカ、さっきやつ聖杯戦争の監督役って言ってたけどさ、あいつ お前のサーバントを知ってるのか？
Definitely.
知らないはずよ。
Oh,
私
really?
教えてないもの。
Oh, never mind. Really?
そうなのか。お前とあいつ仲がいいからそうだと思ってたけど。
You guys seem to have a good relationship, so I thought so.
あのね、ミヤ君。忠告しておくけど、自分のサーバントの正体は誰にも教えちゃダメよ。
I guess I
た
shouldn't
と
have
え
told
信
you.
用できる相手でも黙っておきなさい。
I guess
そ
I
う
gotta
で
kill
ない
you.
と、早々に消えることになるから。
Yeah, that's good advice.
セイバーの正体って何さ？
Like her true identity? Like her noble spirit? Or literally just that it's Saber?
だから、サーバントが
Yeah, okay.
どこの英雄かっていうことよ。
The noble spirit, then.
いくら強いからって戦力を明かしてちゃいつか寝首をかかれるに決まってるでしょ。いいから後でセーバーから神名を教えてもらいなさい。
Okay.
そうすれば私の言ってることがわかる。けどちょっとタンマ、エミヤ君はあれだからいっそ教えてもらわない方がいいわね。
That's tough.
なんでさ？
エミヤ君隠し事できないもの。なら知らない方が秘密にできるじゃない？
Is Hiro known for not being able to keep secrets?
あのな、人を何だと思ってるんだ。それぐらいの駆け引きはできるぞ、俺。
そう？じゃあ私に隠していることとかある？
トーサカに隠してることって、それは。
I say as my face fires up. I don't have a guilty conscience, but, well, would kind of admiring her count as something I'm hiding from her?
ほら見なさい。何を隠しているか知らないけど、動揺が顔に出るようじゃ向いてないわ。あなたは他にいいところがあるんだから、駆け引きなんて考えるのはやめなさい。
それじゃトーサカはどうなんだよ。あの神父にも黙ってるってことは、あいつも信用してないってことか。
綺麗？まさか。私、あいつを信用するほどおめでたくないわ。あいつはね、教会から魔術協会にくら替えしたくせに、まだ教会に在籍している食わせ者なのよ。
Yeah,
人の情報を他のマスターに売るぐらいはやりかねないわ。
fair enough, I guess. Tohsaka says with annoyance. Seems she really doesn't trust that priest. I'm a bit relieved, but still, her words do seem to hold a bit of affection. And we pass the bridge. There's no conversation between us now. The cold winter air and our cold breath. The faint sound of flowing water and the white street lamps that light up the bridge. Small things like that are engraved into my memory. Oddly, I didn't think about looking at Tohsaka, who's walking next to me. Right now, it seems walking on a bridge at night together like this is more precious than seeing her face. Me, Tohsaka, and the girl called Saber I know nothing about. We three walk together without doing much. We reach the intersection that leads to our houses, the place where we must part with Tohsaka.
ここでお別れね。義理は果たしたし、これ以上一緒にいると何かと面倒でしょ。
Dang.
やっぱり別れて、明日からは敵同士にならないと。
Man, I'm not trying to become enemies, but I guess we have to, right? It must be to end the ambiguous position we are in right now. Tohsaka starts talking and cuts off suddenly. From that, I realize. She did not explain the rules to me out of any sense of obligation. She just supported me, understanding the situation I'm in, and acted fairly. So things are back to normal once the explanations are over. I will just be her target as a master now. But if so, what she just said was strange. Tohsaka must have meant that it would be difficult to fight if she feels empathy for me. For Tohsaka, everything that happened tonight must have been unnecessary. It would be troublesome if we stay together any longer. If she's going to say something like that, she should have left us alone from the beginning. Tohsaka's smart, so she should have known that all too well. But still, she set aside all thought of loss or gain and helped me out. So what happened tonight was totally out of good faith. The Tohsaka in front of me is too different from how she is at school. Even when I put it nicely, she's sour, cranky, unapproachable, and she's so different that I want to scream out. Man, it feels almost like a fraud. Yet still, Tohsaka Rin is just how everyone thought she was.
なんだ。トーサカっていいやつなんだな。
は？何よ突然。おだてたって手は抜かないわよ。
Bold strategy. I know that. She won't go easy on me, and that's why she said it'll be a bother if she feels empathy for me.
知ってる。けど、できれば敵同士にはなりたくない。俺、お前みたいなやつは好きだ。
Tohsaka falls silent for some reason. I hear Tohsaka's house is in the western style district in the opposite direction to my place. Since she's taken care of me until now, I would like to walk her home, but...
とにかくサーバントがやられたら迷わずさっきの教会に逃げ込みなさいよ。そうすれば命だけは助かるんだから。
So what? She doesn't necessarily want us to die.
それは気が引けるけど、一応聞いておく。けど、そんなことにはならないだろう。どう考えても、セイバーより俺の方が短命だ。
Valid. Shiro's not exactly a master magist who can't really defend himself if Saber fails. I calmly analyzed the situation. Tohsaka reacts strangely once again. Yeah, she's relieved. I don't think she doesn't want us dying. But maybe it might literally just be as simple as you know, she doesn't want to leave Sakura without us, but after letting out a sigh, she glances at Saber.
いいわ。これ以上の忠告は本当に感情移入になっちゃうから言わない。せいぜい気をつけなさい。いくらセイバーが優れているからってマスターであるあなたがやられちゃったらそれまでなんだから。
That's true. She turns her back and starts walking. But, as if she's seen a ghost, her feet stop dead in their tracks.
Tohsaka?
The instant I call out to her, my left hand throbs in pain. Yeah, there's another master here, isn't there?
お話は終わり？
Hi, who are you? Was it the girl in the purple clothes? A young voice echoes through the night. The voice, like a song, is unmistakably that of a young girl. My vision is drawn to the top of the hill. I don't know when the clouds parted, but a bright moon is now shining in the sky. There. Yep. Oh, and she totally has Berserker. Hi. A long shadow. There's a strange shape that shouldn't be here in this pale town of shadow pictures.
Berserker.
Yep. Tohsaka mumbles a word I'm not accustomed to hearing. I don't even need to ask. That thing is definitely a servant. And at the same time, an overwhelming sense of death, exceeding even the one in the fire 10 years ago. Jesus. Yeah.
こんばんは、お兄ちゃん。こうして会うのは2度目だね。
Berserker seems like an accurate name for him. It? The girl smiles as she says so. That innocence sends a chill down my spine. No, spine is an understatement. Not just my body, but my mind is frozen as well. That thing is a monster. I'm not staring at it, but just its presence makes me unable to move. I understand naturally that I will die in the instant I move even a muscle. Feels like a knife is pushed right against my naked chest. Still, I feel nothing. Probably because there's too little hope of me getting out of this alive. You have Saber. All fears and impatience are drowned by hopelessness, so I don't feel a thing.
やば、あいつ桁違いだ。
Yeah, it seems likely. Even Saber might not be able to deal with that. I guess if you have Berserker, the best move is to quickly try to take out Saber, Lancer, and Archer. Unlike me who's paralyzed, Tohsaka has the composure to stand ready. But it'll come to nothing. Even though I can only see her back, I can sense the despair she's feeling.
あれ？なんだ、あなたのサーバントはお休みなんだ。つまんないな。2匹一緒に潰してあげようって思ったのに。
Okay, I didn't expect this. Man, I thought I was about to end the episode. Psych, I'm about to box. The girl says unhappily as she looks down at us from the top of the hill. We're in an even worse situation now. That girl knows Tohsaka's servant is not here. And then... The girl bows unsuitably for this situation.
はじめまして、リン。私はイリア。
Aaliyah? Is that what she said?
イリアスフィール・フォン・アインツベルンって言えばわかるでしょ。
Leosfiel von Einsburn? Yeah.
アインツベル。
Tosaka's body moves slightly as she seems to recognize that name. Perhaps she liked Tosaka's reaction as the girl smiles happily and...
じゃあ行くね。やっちゃえ、バーサーカー。
Oh, okay. He's just gonna kill us now. That's great. Game over. We lose.
はじめまして、リン。私はエリア。
Yes, she's saying Aaliyah, so that's what I'm calling her. She orders the strange shape behind her as if she's singing. The larger body flies through the air. The thing called Berserker comes flying down the whole distance from the top of the hill. Oh wow.
シロ、下がって。
Saber runs, her raincoat comes off, and my vision is blocked for a second. Oh, now this is a battle. Saber runs to Berserker's landing point, and Berserker lands with a huge thud at exactly the same moment. The air trembles. Saber stops Berserker's greatsword with her invisible sword. Saber makes a pained face. There. Berserker's gigantic sword flashes like a whirlwind. A great thunderous roar. The crash of steel that almost tears the air results in defeat for Saber. Hey, I'm not supposed to read those words. I said defeat for Saber. A sliding sound. Even though she blocked Berserker's giant sword, she is driven back, along with the sword she used to block it. Saber's posture collapses. The lead-colored servant chases after her. The gray figure swings its giant sword as if it's the only thing it knows how to do. Saber doesn't have the time to dodge it and blocks it with her sword. It does not matter if Saber's sword is invisible or not. Each of Berserker's attacks is a fatal one that must be blocked with all her might. Therefore, Saber has to stay on the defense. For her, the only chance of victory is to find a means of attack in between Berserker's attacks. But it's only if Berserker leaves an opening. The Black Rock sword is just like a storm. With such a large body, and with such a large sword, and yet Berserker is moving faster than Saber. That's absurd. The attacks he sends out are just smashing swings with no technique to them. But that's enough. If there's overwhelming power and speed, there is no room for technique. Techniques are something humans invented to compensate for their weaknesses. Weaknesses are things that Giant doesn't have. I murmur with my frozen body. That thing cannot be defeated. Saber will be killed if we go on like this, so she should run away. It would be easy for her to get away if it were just her here. She should know that already. Yeah, I don't think she's just leaving you here though. Oh my god, that's bad. My body is numb, but maybe that's why my mind is so calm. The storm of death that strikes without a pause. Unable to take all the attacks, Saber retreats, and this time, the final blow that cannot be blocked is swung. Saber's body rises. She manages to defend against Berserker's giant sword, even in a bad posture. But that's only to avoid a fatal wound. She couldn't brace herself to totally block the giant sword, and the impact blows her away. She falls, her body drawing a big arc. Before she falls on her back, Saber turns in midair and lands on her feet. Okay. Slick. She's getting annihilated. She manages to recover, but red blood is running down her chest. How stupid of me. I was forgetting something important. I don't know how much a servant can fight in one day, but this is already her third battle. And on top of that, Saber has the wound in her chest inflicted by Lancer. Saber moves as if to protect her chest. Berserker moves and slashes like a raging wind at the wounded Saber and receives many attacks on its back. What? Okay, Tohsaka's jumping in. I don't know what kind of magic it is, but Berserker's body explodes from Tohsaka's spell. Judging from the magical energy given out, the magic directly hitting her Berserker must be an impact close to that of a high-caliber pistol. Would that really do that much to him? But even that is meaningless. Yeah, no. Nothing. It doesn't even scratch Berserker's body. He isn't nullifying magic like Saber. It's just that the magic is not doing any damage.
なんてデタラメな体してんのよこいつ。
But Tohsaka does not stop casting. A Berserker ignores Tohsaka's spells and charges at Saber. Yeah, this ain't looking good for Saber, man. Saber raises her head in pain. She holds her sword up to still fight. That gets my body to move again.
ダメだ逃げろセイバー
I yell with all my might, hearing that. She faces the enemy she cannot compare to. There is no end to Berserker's attacks. Saber's body sinks every time she blocks a blow, and she slowly approaches her final moment. Yeah, we gotta use like a command spell, bro. But still, where in that small frame does she have all that power? Saber doesn't retreat. She blocks the surging waves of the giant sword and tries to drive back Berserker with her willpower. There is no chance of victory. The way she's holding her ground looks bizarre, as she should know that she will be defeated if she keeps fighting. Maybe it sensed something in her posture. The figure, silent up to now, roars. Bro. Who let Attack on Titan up into fate? A blow impossible to block. The blow that even swings through Saber blows her away. The sound of something falling in the distance. Fresh blood spills out. And that pool of blood with a body that should not be able to get back up. What the? How is she? What? She stands up unconsciously. It's as if she's saying, I would be killed if she didn't do so. Well, yeah, that's because that's probably true. That makes me realize how foolish my choice was. Berserker stops after defeating Saber. Without paying attention to me or Tohsaka, it waits for its master's orders at the top of the hill.
勝てるわけないじゃない。私のバーサーカーはね、ギリシャ最大の英雄なんだから。
There were a lot of greatest heroes of Greece. I mean, we're talking like Hercules. Maybe? Probably Hercules? What even was his weakness? Did he have a weakness?
ギリシャ最大の英雄ってまさか。
Unless this is secretly Achilles, then we don't really have much hope here.
そうよ。そこにいるのはヘラクレスっていう魔物。
Hercules. Heracles. Same person.
あなたたち程度が刺激できる英雄とは格が違う。最強の怪物なんだから。
That's true. Berserker is ridiculously strong, even if Berserker does not tend to win in the end. And the girl who called herself Aaliyah narrows her eyes cheerfully. Those are eyes of joy, about to finish off her enemies. I don't even need to say who the ones getting killed are. Saber will be killed right here. Then what am I going to do? Am I going to fight that monster in her place? No, you make a mad dash for the church. I can't do that. Just approaching that thing without being prepared would stop my heart. Uh-oh. This is like legit choice. Run or save Saber. Yikes. I mean, we can't exactly just let Saber die. I mean, we could, like, run away with Tohsaka and use a command spell, right? Is that, like, our only chance? I don't see a better one. I mean, either way, we're kind of leaving one of them out to dry. Or die. Same thing. But I want to save Saber, but I feel like she's just not in fighting form. I feel like we have to use a command spell. And I feel like running away with Tohsaka might be the only way to get that command spell used. So I think I'm going to choose to run away with Tohsaka because I think it might effectively try to do both. At the same time, though, I feel like running away with Tohsaka, I might be overanalyzing this. Like, I feel like running with Tohsaka, there's no guarantee that we use the command spell, and if Saber dies because we didn't use the command spell, we just lose. So I feel like we have to save Saber. Because, I mean, the thing is, I know we have to save Saber. But the question is, do we directly choose that, or do we have faith that running away with Tohsaka also saves Saber? Having faith like that seems kind of dumb. I guess we'll just save Saber. We'll see if that's the move. I can't abandon someone who needs help. Miyashiro has chosen to live like that. And most importantly, I can't leave the girl who fought to protect me.
いいわよ、バーサーカー。そいつ再生するから、一撃で仕留めなさい。
Berserker resumes his action. Well,
こんな
dang, what's your plan, bro? I run with all my strength. There's no way I can do anything against that monster. So the least I can do is push Saber away and save her from Berserker's attack. Did that gut you? I fall. Why? I was going to push Saber away. Get Saber away from Berserker and think about what to do after that. So why? What happened? Why? Why am I on the ground, unable to breathe? That's a great question. What happened? I hear shocked voices. First is from Saber, who is right in front of me. And Tohsaka is astonished at a distance. For some reason, Aliyah, who is looking down at me dumbfounded, is also surprised. Oh, what happened? I'm missing my stomach. What? I'm on the ground. On the asphalt are a small amount of blood compared to the wound. Soft-looking organs, bones, and many things like that. Oh.
そうか。なんて、間抜け。
So what, Berserker annihilated us? In short, I didn't make it in time. Yes, it was impossible to push Saber out of the way. So I just shielded her. Oh yeah, you're toast. And my stomach was blown out by that sword. Yeah. That's what we call a bad ending. Jeez, I'm ashamed of myself for failing even in a situation like this. I've been working hard to become a superhero, but I keep making mistakes when it really counts.
なんで
The silver-haired girl asks in a daze. After standing there dumbfounded for a while.
もういい。こんなの、つまんない。
Without finishing off Saber, she calls Berserker back.
リン、次に会ったら、殺すから。
The girl leaves. After watching her leave, my vision cuts out. This has got to be a bad end, right? My consciousness fades away. I really can't recover this time, unless Rin is just built different. I was somehow saved when I was killed by Lancer, but that won't happen again. There's probably no magic that can save a person who has lost most of their stomach.
はあと何考えてるのよ。わかってるの？もう助けるなんてできないっていうのに。
I hear an angry voice. It's probably Tohsaka. She seems really angry, and I'm sorry. But it can't be helped. It's not like I can do everything like Tohsaka. All I could use was my body. So that's why the only thing I could do was to use my body to shield Saber. Okay, so we're dead. Get a bad end, huh? Wait. Oh, that says 2-3. What? Are we not dead? So what we're going to do is save here. Comment, are we not dead? Save. And then we are going to still not know how to go to the main menu. So we'll finish it up here. Okay, so I accidentally recorded for so long that this is 2 videos. I'm going to have to split these up. Luckily I was smart and recorded the outro for the first video earlier. Anyways, these last 2 episodes were both amazing. I'll only comment on this one. The last one like I said, I recorded my own outro already, so I don't really need to talk about that too much. So I'll try to avoid talking about that. But just these last 2 episodes in this play session have been amazing. I just want to throw that out there. This one was really good, right? So a lot of it was just kind of info dumping at me, right? but there was a lot of interesting information there. Like the priest who, Kodamine, whose name I almost just forgot already, the fact that he was in the last Holy Grail War, and the fact that he kind of had the same thought as us, right? That maybe he didn't have to kill to get the Holy Grail, but now we know that failed. And he's ashamed of that, right? And we kind of learned all about the war, and Shiro got his determination to fight the war in the Holy Grail War, or at least based on my choice, he did. I'd imagine the game just ends otherwise, but then we run into Berserker, which I really did not expect. I suppose I should have expected it. Maybe not Berserker in particular, but I could have figured we would run into someone, but I did not expect that. So I made the choice to save Saber. It says 2-3 right there. So we might not be dead. I don't know. We might just be dead. I might just start the next episode and then it's going to be 30 seconds and it's like an ending, but I don't know that for sure. I really want to see what happens to to Shiro here, and I really am starting to understand why. I think just before I started recording this, I saw a comment that said, I should save before my choices. And I definitely understand that now, because there seem to be a lot of choices, and a lot of them that I could definitely see leading to a bad end. So, yikes. So, yeah. I'm excited to keep going, as always. I don't have a ton else to say. These last 2 episodes were super good. I'm loving this game so far. If that's not obvious, I don't know. I'm seriously enjoying Fate. It's amazing. And it just feels like we're on like the precipice, right? This is where it starts to get like really good. Potentially. We're past kind of the introductions, and now it's getting to the meat and potatoes, right? We're getting to the main course of this game, and I'm very excited for that. But anyways, that's all I have for this episode, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I've enjoyed it, and as always, like I keep saying, this should keep coming out daily because I want to keep playing daily. So you can look forward to daily videos, typically at noon Eastern Standard Time, or Daylight Time. I don't know what we're in. Eastern US time. You can expect them then. So I hope you guys will keep tuning in, and if you do, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.